Jaso in there, 4:01. And the 15-second board is up then. After 15 seconds. Sweeping, 180 left, around the outside of the whoop section. 66, your race one winner up the inside gate there. Doesn't get a good jump though. Can he muscle his way through? No, it's going to be Asuti. And Asuti was the Moto whole shot winner last time, and I think he's done it again this time around. I'll tell you what, that's a nice line down the outside if he can get hold of it. But banging bars again as we hit turn 2, and I think we have a change for the lead, and it may be Blos all over again, leading the way. Asuti there in second, Owen there in third. Just alongside them, looks like it's Doe on the 773 as we get a little bit of bar banging action almost into that final turn at the end of that first lap, but it's still Blos leading the way. Asuti second, Jace Owen in third, LeBeau in fourth place actually, then Brice Malin, Thomas Doe, Matt Moss, Colin Park, Lucas Ambert and Eugen Manzato. Whoops have had a little bit of prep during the break, but not too much. There's your leader, looking to make it 2 out of 2. That'll put him on 50 points if he can stay there at the end of the next 4 minutes plus a lap. Little bit off balance there for Jace Owen. Still hanging on in third position in yellow. So the 4:01 for Honda FR25 Sutton. A little bit closer this time around though. Blos not able to dictate, well he's leading the race, but he's not able to dictate the pace like he did in race 1 where he was victorious by almost 3.5 seconds. He's about 3/4 of a second clear at the start of this second lap. Jace Owen looking interested as well there in third place. They're just starting to leave behind. Is that Julien Lebeau? Well, if it is, Julien Lebeau showing on a KTM. There's Asuti. So get the riders over the line. Blos, 66. Asuti there, right there in second. Jace Owen still hanging on in third position as we hit the whoops again for the third time. Gnarly little inside rut for the riders to get into. You can see how it's already starting to break down this corner here as well, turn 2. Asuti able to seat bounce his way and then takes a different rhythm in and out of there, look, compared to Owen. Race 1 finished Blos, Asuti, Owen. Race 2 we've got exactly the same. Thomas Doe though was 4th in race 1. He is currently in 9th place. Julien Lebeau was 9th and he's currently in 4th position. So a little bit of swapping and changing after the top 3 this time around compared to race 1. Prunier in 10th again. So the Bud Racing Kawasaki rider just struggling to find his comfort, find his range here in Paris. All of a sudden, Blos is starting to pull clear. He had just under a second at the start of this 4th lap. We're going to be there in another corner or so's time. And is he going to extend his lead? His lap time last time around, a 45.702. That was the fastest lap of the race by about a 1/10 of a second. And this time, though, with 4 laps complete, he's now 1.9 seconds clear. Asuti, though, does not have that same kind of luxury afforded upon him because Jace Owen all over the back of him once more. So less than a minute to go. Owen getting closer. If he finds his way past, then these two will be tied on points going into the main event a little later on this evening. Double, triple, oh, and off the track goes Asuti, and that paves the way for Owen to go through. It was an easy pass in the end then. Just jumped offline, couldn't rush to get back on because there's not a lot of dirt on the sort of outside of the barriers there, the tough blocks, can get quite skaty, loose, dry dirt, very marbly, as Jace Owen wrestles that Honda to the end of the whoop section. Isuti trying to rectify his mistake as he closes back in on the American. Time is up. We're heading into the final lap. Close now, almost 2 seconds clear. Thought we might have seen Yanni Isuti there just kind of try and go for the jugular there. It might happen at the end of this next straight if he can find his... Oh, he's just messed up there on the exit, though. I was going to say, if he can get this perfect, he can go from left to right and force the move at the end of the straight in this corner here, but not close enough. Jace Owen now, barring any mistakes, should hang on for that second position. There's a back marker on the horizon, though, coming up in the next right-hander or two. Tries to stay out of the way. Jace Owen will keep to his left. Almost gets in the way there. But it is a win for Bloos. Owen second, Isuti third. Almost found a way through in the final corner because that back marker thought he was staying out of the way, but all of a sudden found himself right there in the centre. And Isuti was almost able to find his way at the inside. So as we go into the final race, then later on in the night, Chris Bloos will be leading the way. Jace Owen and Yanni Isuti changing positions then, trading places, second, third, second this time around. Those two tied on points for that second overall. Matt Moss coming home in fourth place, found his way past Julian Lebeau on the final lap. So the Australian then going from 6th to 4th in race 2. So 2 good rides then, and the points as we have them at the moment. Oh, it's 20 for a win actually. So 20, 17, 15, 13, 11, 10, 9, 8. So basically 40 points for Chris Bloos with 2 wins out of 2. Jace Owen on 32, Yanni Isuti on 32, and Yanni Isuti taking the Ox Moto hole shot for the second time today. Matt Moss is on 23 points. And then we have Thomas Doe rounding out the top 5 as it stands right now. So still a lot to play for heading into that final race. And that main event coming up a little later on. But some of the recaps then from that second sprint race, SX2. The main event scheduled around about sort of 10. The SX2 main is 8 minutes plus a lap. The SX1 main, 12 minutes plus a lap a little later on. But confirmation then of the second sprint race in the SX2 class. Chris Bloos wins it comfortably from Jace Owen and Yanni Isuti, those two vying for the second and third steps of the podium. Matt Moss is 4th, Julian Lebeau 5th, and then Reece Malin, Thomas Doe, Colin Park and Quentin Prunier with Lucas Ambert. The SX1 guys out on their sighting lap, almost coming towards the end of that sighting lap as we speak. So who will it be that takes the win in this second sprint race then? And the 450 riders